means we move on to how, not just in Afghanistan, Saudi and Iran, now women in India too are being policed for choosing what they wish to wear and what they don't want to wear and what they should not wear. Despite breaking the glass ceiling in every sector, they are still looked at with disdain and policed by the so-called custodians of society. Let me tell you what happened in Karnataka on International Women's Day, and it's shocking to say the least. A BJP MP went on a shocking rant at a female vendor. Yes, believe it or not. And what was her fault? She was not wearing a bindi. Watch how this BJP MP berated the female vendor.
ಬಟ್ಟೆಗೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕೊಡಮ್ಮ ಅಮ್ಮನ್ಕ ಗಂಡ ಬದುಕಿದಂತಾನೆ ಬಟ್ಟೆಗೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕೊಡಮ್ಮ ಅಮ್ಮನ್ಕ ಗಂಡ ಬದುಕಿದಂತಾನೆ.
While the BJP defends its lawmaker, the opposition has linked the statement to BJP mindset. Let's hear it from the opposition.
It shows the culture of the BJP as well as the culture of the MP Mr. Muniswamy. Congress party as well as general public condemning the statement of the parliament member of BJP. It shows they are not having respect in favor of the women and they are not giving respect to the women. The entire statement is condemnable, and the Women Commission of Karnataka as well as the National Women Commission has to proceed against the Mr. Muniswamy, and they have to register case against Mr. Muniswamy.
It's very sad that on International Women's Day, Mr. Muniswamy, the MP, has to tell a woman what she has to wear, what sari she has to wear, what bindi she has to wear. It's disgusting. It's something which is completely anti-women, and that too on International Women's Day, the Honorable MP goes and asks the woman, what are you wearing, and makes crude remarks in regard to her behavior. Is a completely anti-women act, and this has really distressed all the women of Karnataka and all the women of the country. And this kind of behavior is atrocious. It's completely, condemnatory of women, and does not allow women to develop the wings with which they can fly.
You're watching the News Hour at 9, debate number 2 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Let's open this up on that note. We have G. Prashant, spokesperson Karnataka BJP, along with author Anurag Naidu. We also have activist Brinda Adige, and shortly we'll be joined by Tanveer Ahmed, the national spokesperson of the JDS as well. But my first question is to Mr. G. Prashant, because obviously the BJP needs to explain this, sir. What gives this BJP MP the right to pick on this woman vendor and tell her, or rather ask her, if her husband is alive, and if he is, why is she not wearing a bindi? What kind of a comment is that, sir? What kind of a mentality is this?
See, at the outset, I would like to state that the statement made by the Honorable MP is not correct, and it doesn't reflect on ideology of our party at all. It's a statement made by the MP in his individual capacity, and in fact the statement should never have been made. We understand, and it with great anguish, I wish to state that this statement should not have been made, and more so on International Women's Day.
If it were made by any other political opponent, any other politician from any other opposition party, would you have let go of it? Would you have been so apologetic and so forgiving?
Kritsween, we are not talking about letting him go at all. We are expressing anguish at his behavior, and we do not subscribe to the MP's views at all. Yes, the statement has been made by our party MP, no doubt, but that is in bad taste and it should never have been made. And definitely, we can assure you that the party would take appropriate action as per the party's constitution, and a suitable explanation will be sought from the MP on that.
We're really waiting for that appropriate action, Mr. G. Prashant, because just an apology won't do, and I'm sure Brinda Adige will agree with me.
In fact, we respect women.
No, but that respect must be shown in terms of action. We must see the BJP take action against this BJP MP. Brinda.
Absolutely. What did he think of himself? What does he think of himself? He's an elected representative. Who gives him sanction? Who gives him these kind of sanctions to go about asking women whether they wear a bindi or not wear a bindi? What action are you going to take against him as a party? Are you just going to say that he has made a comment in his personal capacity and so you will not take responsibility and absolve yourself of all responsibility where this man is concerned? The impunity, the audacity he has done it is because he is from the BJP party and he thinks that they have the onus to be people who can go ahead, moral policing and the sanskari, as if they are the upholders and keepers of sanskari. And why go around talking to women, asking them about their bindi? Don't you know that it is the choice of a woman whether she wears a bindi or does not wear a bindi? Who does he think he is? You will not take any action against him.
Imagine, Mr. Prashant, the kind of spot that she must have found herself in when a BJP MP, when a powerful politician surrounded by so many people, sir, in the middle of that crowd, you can see those visuals, the number of people standing next to him. That's how he addressed her. Imagine how she would have felt, sir. That's all I'm trying to say. Let me go across to Anurag Naidu as well. Mr. Naidu, you know, the Prime Minister spoke of how women should be treated, how they must be respected in his recent Independence Day speech. And that example must be set today. Action must be taken by the BJP against this BJP MP. Tomorrow he is going to end up saying something else to another woman. If nothing is done about it, then we're going to keep seeing this as a pattern, not just in Karnataka, in other states as well, by other political parties as well, by their representatives as well.
Well, there is no doubt that the tone and tenor in which this Honorable MP has spoken to this woman is condemnable, and this is not something which we can accept in the times that we live in. Right, so nobody can say, nobody can defend him for that. But let's also understand, if you actually take the whole consideration of how, Karnataka, whole of Karnataka is not an urbanized Karnataka where people believe in, or people talk and express a lot of modern stuff. I don't want to call it. Some people call it feminism, some people call it pseudo-feminism, whatever, all said and done. But there are still pockets of Karnataka, in Uttar Karnataka, which you see people still speak the tone and tenor which is, which is old dated. They don't intend to say like that. But somehow
Mr. Anurag Naidu, a political representative, cannot afford to do this. He cannot set this example. He cannot set this precedent.
Mr. Naidu,
that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying,
He humiliated that woman. He shouted down at her. Who does he think he is? Whether it is rural Karnataka or down south, whichever. Respect is something you have to show at every corner of India and across the world. Don't make excuses for rural Karnataka. That is how they will talk. This man is an MP. He's an elected representative. And he's getting paid to look after the needs of the constituency and the voter citizens. He cannot come there with his regressive mindsets asking those kind of questions.
And I'm sorry to say this, but in saying so and in conducting himself in this manner, and Tanveer Ahmed can come in, he's in fact let down the vision of the Prime Minister, because I can quote what the Prime Minister said last Independence Day, this Independence Day, I beg your pardon. He says, we have to change our mentality towards women. I have one request for every Indian. Can we change the mentality towards our women in everyday life? Pride of Nari Shakti will play a vital role in fulfilling the dreams of India. Respect for women is an important pillar of India's growth. We need to support our Nari Shakti. And this is how we're treating our Nari Shakti, Mr. Ahmed?
Absolutely, Kritsween. That's a right question. Let me just tell you, only a weak man would like to dominate a woman. So this gentleman, this is not the first time he's doing. Actually, the spokesperson of BJP has totally forgotten this not so honorable MP had a fight with the SP, Dr. Dharani. So this is what is an understanding this man has. He is not an honorable. I think Mr. Naidu and the spokesperson of BJP calling him an honorable is absolutely ridiculous. An honorable person doesn't really behave in this fashion at all. The only place this man, I mean, not so popular MP, he accidentally became an MP. The only thing which this person deserves is to be booted out. He
and
doesn't
the
deserve to be
only way in which the BJP can perhaps set that example right is in actually doing something about it. Mr. Prashant, it's not the first time that a representative of the BJP has gone ahead with this kind of a derogatory sexist remark. Let me remind you what BJP MLA Renukacharya said, that rapes today are increasing because of women's clothes as men get provoked. And there are a series of statements such as that. I don't want to even go down that road. It's shameful to say the least. As a country woman, I feel embarrassed to say it out loud. What has been done about these remarks against these netas?
They take no action.
Kritsween, I completely understand the anguish, and I again repeat that we do not stand with the statement of the MP, and suitable action will be taken on him. And we are a party that believes in respecting women.
But why
and
has no action been taken against Renukacharya, against Chitra Vaughan, against DP Vaughan? So far, why has no action been taken, Mr. Prashant?
At the same time, I'm
how are we to believe you today?
That this doesn't subscribe to the view of the party, but the MP has made a statement.
And all the more the reason the BJP must take action at the earliest.
Action will be taken.
It can't be empty promises and token condemnation, sir.
Party leadership will take action on him.
What action?
What will
definitely
the action
not.
be
It's not about giving a token promise or making an empty-handed promise here. We can assure you on behalf of the party that suitable action would be taken and explanation would be sought from the MP as to what made him to say that. And in any case, that statement made by him is in bad taste and it does not augur well for the society.
More often than not, Mr. Prashant, we don't see any action coming from any political party against anyone who has gone down that road, who has come out with those extremely shameful, unfortunate remarks, especially against women. Takes me back to what happened very recently when during a bodybuilding competition there were women wearing their gear, posing in front of that photo of Lord Hanuman, and the Congress leaders had to come and pour Ganga Jal. They had to recite Hanuman Chalisa because apparently just because they were posing in front of that poster, it made the entire premises impure. That's the kind of mindset and mentality we're talking about. It's not just a problem limited to the BJP or the Congress. It's a pan-India problem, and the mindset here needs to be discussed, debated, and most importantly, action must be taken against such elements. We'll have to leave it at that. Thank you, gentlemen, and also Brinda Adige for joining us this evening. With that, a short break here on Newshour.